was that?
It's the Gorgonites. Arcula. Punch it. Scratch it.
Hey, it's great to be back. But seriously, folks, what a jump. Hey!
Seniac.
Okay, hey, what are you, a kid or an oil painting? No, seriously, folks, they got me sharing a dressing room with rotting fruit.
Don't worry, Archer. We was hiding.
Slam fist. Frog McCall.
We fixed him.
We tried to fix him.
Hey, Whitehead's radio.
Some assembly required.
So am I nuts? I mean, what's going on here? Give me a call, 1-800-TALK-TO-ME.
Freaky.
Come on, man, light up these phones. I mean,
Like Frankenstein.
I want you to do it with your money, with my
Well,
money.
at least you're all here.
Hey guys, so Lauren here, back again with another edition of Throwback Thursdays. I believe we are on number 22 at this point. And starting off this month's Throwback Thursdays, we have from the fine folks over at Kenner/Hasbro, Archer, leader of the Gorgonites from the movie Small Soldiers, which came out, I want to say the year yours truly was born, 1997 if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that's when it came out, but at any rate, we are going to be doing Small Soldiers for Throwback Thursdays throughout the month of December because I believe it was also kind of a Christmas movie. It took place at Christmas time, much like Gremlins, Batman Returns, and Die Hard. So, not the main theme of the movie, but close enough to where, hey, I can give you guys some sort of Christmassy type videos for the month. And I think this works. This movie is basically a more hardcore version of Toy Story. The Small Soldiers are figures developed by this super high-tech company that utilized computer chips, data chips, memory chips, whatever you want to call it, so the toys could actually come to life. Yeah, kind of like Toy Story, right? I mean, they didn't have the chips and things, but they came to life, they did battle, caused a lot of collateral damage in the process. Ernest Borgnine was also in this movie. Other than that, I don't remember a whole lot from this movie, other than the Gorgonites looked awesome. I really like the look of the monsters in this movie. And the monsters were actually the good guys in this case. The kind of G.I. Joe ripoffs were the bad guys, and they were led by Chip Hazard. I do have Chip Hazard and Brick Bazooka, but since my Gorgonites are mostly complete with the exception of one missile, which we'll probably not have time to look at that one this month because there are only, I want to say, 5 Thursdays this month. So we have enough to look at to fill that time, but the one missing the missile, I'm afraid is going to have to wait for another time. But getting into the meat and taters of this video, Archer does come with a sword, which I can't find. I have it somewhere, but here it is. It's basically just kind of a scimitar sword with a bat wing butt on the end of the handle there, and a pretty thin hilt. So there you go. He can't hold it, really, but it is there. Again, I have it somewhere. I looked everywhere for it before I filmed this video. In my desk, on top of my desk, on the chair in front of my desk. It is nowhere to be found. I have no idea where it is. I have a feeling it's just deeper in my desk, but you know what? Life's too short to spend looking for accessories when you want to get videos done, right? Right. So, you seen what it looks like? I know I have it somewhere. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But, talking about what I do have handy, got his trusty crossbow here, which I think I bought in a lot. I got this and one of the missiles together. Not this one. I think the one stored in his back. But this is your basic missile firing gimmick. You fire the missile. I did not plan to catch that. That was pretty slick. if I do say so myself. But yeah, the missiles shoot okay. He doesn't really hold this that well either. It's got this thick part up here, but he kind of just drops it, so that's whatever. And then he comes with this weird... It's arrow-shaped, but it's not really an arrow. What you can do is you can put it in here, and it does fire. Probably not going to catch it. I did! That was pretty slick, I must say. But, works fine. The crossbow, so there you go. Looking at Archer himself, he does have significant weapon storage. You can put one of the missiles back here. No place to store the sword, and he does not come with a shield like the 12-inch figure, I don't believe. So, this is Archer as is. I think I got this guy in a trade box from Optimus B, if you remember that guy. Blast from the past. Shout out to him, but I really like this figure. Aesthetically, he looks pretty cool. Kind of Native American looking. Which, you know, I'm a sucker for that aesthetic, but I really dig this guy. Articulation's fairly basic. His head will rotate. His arms will move up and down. He's got a swivel at the waist, which is actually a little bit outside Kenner's wheelhouse, or Hasbro at this time. Then he also has the forward and back in the hips. Nice tight joints. Again, the only thing that really hasn't held up is his grip on his crossbow. It just kind of flops out, but not too shabby for a 90s figure. It's kind of lame that we do actually have articulation points sculpted for like elbow and knee joints, but of course those are nowhere to actually be found. They don't really exist. So, you know, he's just got the standard 6 points he's got, but, you know, it'd be nice if somebody like NECA or, you know, a company like that maybe give these guys a shot with some modern articulation. I think they do a really good job at it, mostly because NECA does a lot of Stan Winston stuff, and the Gorgonites, anyways, from this movie were created by Stan Winston Studios. So that is pretty cool. And for those of you who don't know who that is, without him we wouldn't have the Jurassic Park dinosaurs, Predator, the Xenomorphs from Aliens, or the endoskeleton from the Terminator movies. So there you go. Guy's got quite a reputation behind him. But with that being said, not a whole lot to talk about with Archer. Very minimalistic paint apps. It gets the point across. You know what it is. Kind of looks like a monkey lion humanoid type creature, which I'm cool with. And he actually has the oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't have the arched feet. I think one of these dudes does, but I can't remember which one it is. He's got like clawed feet though. Almost reptilian. So very interesting design. You guys know I'm a sucker for cool character designs, and this guy is definitely no exception to that. But with that being said, since there really ain't much more to talk about, I guess it's time we take a look at some comparisons. And since Archer is the first of this line that we have taken a look at on this channel, we're just going to take a look at him next to our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the MK11 Spawn. And compared to Brother Mandibulus, you could see how big these figures actually are. Much like Toy Biz at the time, the Kenner figures were getting a little bit bigger than the standard 5 to 5.5 inch scale that we're used to seeing from most 90s action figure lines. I think Mummies Alive was even shorter than this, and they came out around the same time. So kind of cool to see the height jump as time progresses, but unfortunately this was one of the last lines that Kenner did before they were bought out by Hasbro. I can only assume they were Kenner molds that Hasbro distributed, much like some of the Last Gargoyles figures, or even the Mummies Alive, I believe. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while this may not be the most perfect representation of this character from the Small Soldiers movie, I think the 10-inch one kind of takes the cake as far as that accolade goes. But who has space for that, right? That doesn't mean I don't want it. Just means, gosh darn it, it's 10 inches tall. I think this is a good enough figure to be a placeholder if you want to have a Small Soldiers collection, however, because A, it doesn't take up as much space, and B, it gets the point across. You could tell who it is. He goes well with the other Gorgonites, which, might I mention, they made the other Gorgonites in this smaller scale as opposed to the larger scale. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It's the only way you're going to get them all. So, for that reason alone, I would highly recommend you pick this guy up if you're wanting to start a Small Soldiers collection. I know I have no regrets about it, even though it's not one of my favorite things ever. I like cool looking toys, and these are definitely some cool looking toys. And I hope you guys are ready for what I got planned this month, because every Throwback Thursday will be a different Gorgonite from the Small Soldiers franchise. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at a fan favorite. It's going to be Insaniac, so I hope you're ready for that. But, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? And if you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, catch you guys later.